Explore the secrets of the human mind. It's not just an invitation, but an exciting adventure waiting for you. A journey that will take you through the labyrinth of human emotions, the complex web of thoughts, the fascinating nooks and crannies of human cognition, and the underexplored realms of the unconscious mind. Our mind is an intricate system, a complex mesh of interconnected neuronal pathways that give rise to the most distinct feature of being human: our consciousness. It is this consciousness, this sense of self-awareness, that gives birth to our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. Think about it. Every decision you make, every action you take, every emotion you feel, is influenced to a great extent by the psychological processes that occur within your mind. Whether you're choosing what clothes to wear in the morning, deciding what to have for dinner, or falling in love, it's all connected to the fascinating world of psychology. Ever wondered why you think the way you do? Why do you react differently to certain situations as compared to others? How does your personality shape your interactions with the world around you? Why do you form certain habits, and how can you break them? These are just a few of the many questions that psychology strives to answer. As we delve deeper into the world of psychology, we begin to understand the intricate relationships between thought, action, and feelings. We start to see patterns in our behavior, in our thoughts, in our emotions. We begin to understand why we are the way we are, why we do the things we do. Psychology is not just about understanding ourselves, but also about understanding others. It helps us improve our relationships, increase our empathy, and broaden our perspective. It equips us to better handle stress, manage our emotions, and lead more fulfilling lives. The scope of psychology is immense. It extends beyond the individual to encompass groups, societies, and cultures. It covers various aspects of human life, from child development to aging, from mental health to physical health, from personal growth to social change. Psychology is a dynamic and ever-evolving field. New research, theories, and perspectives are constantly emerging, challenging what we know and pushing the boundaries of our understanding. But one thing remains constant: the quest to understand the human mind and its manifold complexities. Venture deep into the intriguing world of psychology to unpack the psychological underpinnings of our thoughts and actions. Brief pause. Scene 2. The power of perception. How our minds shape reality. Journey with us now as we delve into the realm of perception, a quintessential aspect of human behavioral psychology that provides a unique lens to comprehend our world. Our perceptions, simply put, are the glasses through which we view and interact with the world, adding hues to our experiences, steering our responses, and largely shaping our reactions. But how does this intriguing process function precisely? Can we dissect it further? Let's pause here for a moment. Brief pause. Each moment of our existence, our senses are overwhelmed and inundated with a staggering amount of information. From the faint hum of your computer's hard drive to the feel of the keyboard beneath your fingertips, the smell of your morning coffee, or the sight of a bird soaring in the sky outside your window, your brain is incessantly and relentlessly processing sensory input. This, however, is only a fraction of the reality. The truth is, not all of this information consciously makes it to our awareness. Our brain, the marvel of evolution that it is, employs a mechanism known as selective attention to filter out unnecessary details, creating a more digestible version of reality and essentially allowing us to focus on the elements that are of utmost importance. This can be perfectly illustrated with a common social situation, a crowded party. Amidst the cacophony of conversations, the clinking of glasses, the music, your ears are able to pick up someone uttering your name even from the furthest corner of the room. This phenomenon, known as the cocktail party effect, serves as an ideal example of selective attention in action. However, the process of perception extends beyond this. Our previous experiences, cultural context, individual biases, personal beliefs, and even upbringing also play an undeniably significant role in how we interpret the world around us. Have you ever observed how two individuals can witness the exact same event yet walk away with completely different interpretations? That, right there, is the power and complexity of perception at work. Perception, while an incredible tool, is not devoid of its own set of flaws. It is vulnerable to numerous cognitive biases and perceptual illusions, which can distort our understanding of reality. Have you ever observed a straight stick appearing bent when partially submerged in water? That's a classic case of an optical illusion, a fascinating deception of the mind, revealing that our perception of reality can sometimes be distorted or skewed. In the subsequent scene, we will delve deeper into this fascinating topic and explore more about these intriguing distortions of perception. We will unmask the various cognitive biases we fall prey to and dissect common perceptual illusions. This journey promises to be a roller coaster ride through the labyrinth of the human mind and its perception phenomena. So stay tuned as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the human mind. Brief pause. Welcome back, explorers of the mind. As we continue our journey into the intriguing realm of human behavior psychology, let's momentarily stray from the path to plunge into a captivating sphere of control, or more aptly put, the illusion of it. Brief pause. One of the most captivating and mind-boggling features of human behavior is our relentless pursuit to latch onto patterns and foretell outcomes, even when they're wholly arbitrary. This innate tendency can mislead us into the erroneous belief that we can exercise control over events that are in reality independent and determined purely by chance. This phenomenon is popularly and aptly named the illusion of control. Now, to help elucidate this fascinating concept further, let's consider a classic example, the gambler's fallacy. Picture yourself in a scenario where you're flipping a coin, and strangely enough, it lands heads up 5 times in succession. Now, what do you think will happen on the 6th flip? If you're under the impression that a tails outcome is overdue because it hasn't shown up recently, then you've unwittingly succumbed to the gambler's fallacy. The reality, however, is very different. Each coin flip is an isolated event, unaffected by the results of previous flips, and the probability remains unaltered, a straight 50-50. But what makes our illusion of control even more fascinating is that it isn't just confined to games of chance or gambling scenarios. This illusion has a wide reach and seeps into our day-to-day lives, showing up in various forms of superstitions. Ever consciously dodged walking under a ladder, thinking it might bring bad luck? Or perhaps felt an unexplainable chill of discomfort creep up your spine on Friday the 13th. These are all quintessential examples of how we, as human beings, make attempts to exert control over factors that are fundamentally uncontrollable. Understanding and acknowledging the illusion of control can significantly help us make better, more informed decisions, particularly when it comes to circumstances involving risk and uncertainty. It serves as a gentle yet potent reminder that not everything in life is within our control, and that it's perfectly fine. It tells us to let go of the need to control everything, and instead, embrace the unpredictability of life. As we progress through this journey of unraveling the mysteries of human behavior, we realize the complexity of our minds and the power they hold. Our mind often plays tricks on us, misguiding us into believing we have more control than we actually do. It's a fascinating exploration that keeps us on our toes, making us question our actions and decisions. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the intricate process of decision-making, a fundamental pillar of human behavior. We'll explore how our minds work when faced with numerous choices, and how we ultimately decide on one. It's an exciting journey, full of twists and turns, as we continue to unlock the secrets of the mind. Brief pause. So stick around as we continue to unlock the secrets of the mind. All right, let's switch gears a bit. Let's delve a bit deeper into the realm of decision-making. Have you ever found yourself standing in an ice cream shop, staring at a multitude of mouth-watering flavors, unable to decide which one to choose? Or maybe, have you ever spent seemingly endless minutes, or even hours, surfing through hundreds of movie titles on your streaming service, trying to decide what to watch? This kind of situation can be surprisingly stressful, can't it? You might think that having a plethora of options would provide you with a sense of freedom and satisfaction. After all, we live in a society that values choice and often associates it with wealth and prosperity. But unfortunately, the reality is often different. This phenomenon, where having too many choices leads to stress and dissatisfaction, is known the paradox of choice. It was first identified and termed by psychologist Barry Schwartz, who discovered that while some level of choice is beneficial, there comes a point when an increase in options becomes detrimental. Schwartz explains that as the number of available options increases, so does the effort needed to make a decision. We all have a finite amount of mental energy that we can use each day, And when we have to expend a large amount of it on making a single decision, we can end up feeling drained and anxious. But that's not all. The paradox of choice also impacts how satisfied we are with our decisions. When we have too many options, we become plagued with thoughts of what we could have chosen instead. We wonder if there was a better flavor of ice cream that we missed out on, or if there was a more interesting movie that we could have watched. This nagging sense of regret can significantly diminish our satisfaction with our choice. This paradox plays a prominent role in modern society, where abundance is often seen as a sign of prosperity and freedom. We find ourselves surrounded by a plethora of options in almost every aspect of our lives, from the shops we go to, the streaming services we subscribe to the careers we can choose from. However, it's important to remember that more choices aren't necessarily better. In fact, having fewer options can often lead to greater satisfaction. It allows us to focus on what truly matters to us, without being distracted by the myriad other possibilities. Recognizing the paradox of choice can be a powerful tool in improving our decision-making process. It can help us to be more mindful and deliberate in our choices and perhaps can lead to greater satisfaction in our lives. It's a reminder that sometimes less can indeed be more. In the next scene, we'll wrap up our journey into the human mind. We'll be exploring more about the fascinating ways in which our brains work, the complex processes that influence our behaviors, and the factors that shape our decision-making. We're going to delve deeper into the intricacies of human psychology, uncovering some truly fascinating insights. So stay tuned as we uncover more fascinating insights into our behaviors and decision-making processes. Brief pause. Before we conclude our exploration of the human mind, let's delve into another intriguing aspect of our behavior, the echo chamber effect. We all have experienced this at some point in our lives, but how often do we truly ponder its implications? To understand this concept, think of the social dynamics that shape our daily interactions and influence our choices, often subtly and far beneath our conscious awareness. Have you ever observed how you instinctively surround yourself with those who share similar ideologies, interests, and perspectives? This isn't a mere coincidence. It has its roots embedded deep within our subconscious mind. This intriguing phenomenon is commonly referred to as the echo chamber effect in the field of psychology. As human beings, we are naturally inclined to gravitate towards people, information, and concepts that echo our own convictions and values. We're drawn to voices that reverberate our sentiments, ideas that mirror our own, perspectives that align with the way we see the world. This pull towards resonance can lead to the creation of an echo chamber, a metaphorical space where our own viewpoints reverberate, amplified and repeated, almost like an echo in a cavernous room. In this echo chamber, our beliefs receive constant reinforcement, while differing or opposing viewpoints are consciously or unconsciously filtered out. This phenomenon is particularly noticeable on social media platforms, where algorithms are designed to cater to our preferences. These digital platforms often show us content that aligns seamlessly with our existing beliefs, creating virtual echo chambers that only further entrench us in our perspectives. While this might make us feel validated, comforted, and secure in our beliefs, it also confines our understanding of the world within narrow boundaries. It limits our exposure to a diverse range of ideas, perspectives, and worldviews, effectively putting blinders on our perception. This can significantly affect our ability to empathize, to understand others, and to appreciate the complexity and diversity of human experience. It's crucial to be aware of the echo chamber effect and its influence on our lives. It's not only about how we perceive the world, but also about the we make, the relationships we form, and the biases we may unknowingly harbor. Understanding this phenomenon can help us become more mindful of our internal biases and work towards overcoming them. To break free from our echo chambers, we must consciously make an effort to seek out and engage with diverse perspectives. We need to challenge our beliefs, step outside our comfort zones, and be open to change. This can broaden our horizons, enrich our understanding, and foster a deeper sense of empathy and compassion. Remember, understanding these psychological phenomena is a key aspect of our journey into the human mind. It helps us navigate our decisions, relationships, and interactions more effectively. Now, as we wrap up, we move on to our final scene, where we'll tie all these insights together. Next, on our exploration of the human mind, we delve deeper into a captivating realm, cognitive dissonance. This intriguing psychological theory, originally proposed by the notable psychologist Leon Festinger back in the year 1957, provides a comprehensive explanation for the discomfort we experience when we find ourselves holding two opposing beliefs at the same time, or when our habitual actions stand in stark opposition to our firmly held beliefs. Let's take a simple yet relatable example. Imagine yourself as an ardent environmentalist who is vehemently against the utilization of non-biodegradable materials like plastic. Now, suppose one day you find yourself inadvertently using plastic utensils. Understanding the harm it causes to the environment, you are likely to experience cognitive dissonance, an internal conflict, a sense of uneasiness due to this contradiction. Now, to mitigate this uncomfortable feeling, we generally resort to one of the three methods. We either strive to change our actions to match our beliefs, modify our beliefs to coincide with our actions, or desperately seek new information that can somehow justify our contradictory behavior. Cognitive dissonance has a profound effect on how we make decisions. It can lead us to dismiss any information that clashes our preconceived notions, leading to biased reasoning and a skewed perspective. However, cognitive dissonance isn't always negative. It can also act as a trigger for personal growth, propelling us toward introspection and realization. Recognizing cognitive dissonance in our lives is the first step toward gaining self-awareness about our biases and behaviors. Being aware of our cognitive dissonance allows us to make more informed and rational decisions, leading to improved judgment and better outcomes in our personal and professional lives. It's important to remember that feeling discomfort when facing cognitive dissonance isn't something to be feared or avoided. Rather, it's a natural part of being human, a sign that we are capable of complex thought and rationality. It's an indicator that we have the power to examine our beliefs and actions critically, to question them, and to evolve. The experience of cognitive dissonance can actually serve as a powerful catalyst for change, both at the individual and collective levels. As we continue our journey in exploring the intricate maze that is the human mind, we find ourselves better equipped to embrace, understand these psychological phenomena, leveraging them to our advantage. In the grand scheme of human cognition, cognitive dissonance plays a crucial role. It reflects our critical thought, our ability to question our beliefs and actions, and our potential to grow. As we work towards resolving the dissonance, we take steps towards a more enlightened version of ourselves. Now, as we begin to draw close on this enlightening exploration, let's tie together all these insights into cognitive dissonance, these fascinating discoveries about our mind's workings and our growth as individuals. Now let's tie all these insights together in our final scene. Scene 7. The intricacies of confirmation bias. As we continue on this journey into the labyrinth of the human mind, let's turn our attention to another psychological phenomenon, confirmation bias. This is a cognitive bias that holds a powerful influence over our thought processes and shapes how we perceive the world around us. Confirmation bias is a deeply ingrained human tendency that causes us to favor and seek out information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs and ideas, while simultaneously causing us to ignore or undervalue information that contradicts them. It is like a filter through which we view the world, allowing only beliefs that conform to our existing ones to pass through, while filtering out what challenges them. Let's consider an example to illustrate this phenomenon. Imagine you're a firm believer in a particular conspiracy theory. You've spent countless hours researching, following the threads of this theory, convinced it holds the truth. Because of confirmation bias, you're more likely to consume and trust sources that support your belief, while overlooking those that offer contrary evidence. You may even interpret ambiguous information as supporting your belief, further reinforcing your conviction. Confirmation bias can lead us to form and hold on to beliefs that may not be grounded in reality or based on factual evidence. It effectively creates a barrier that prevents us from seeing the world from a balanced perspective, and can also lead to distorted decision-making. But why do we do this? Why are we inclined to lean towards confirmation bias? It's largely because confirmation bias serves a comforting purpose. It us avoid the mental discomfort associated with cognitive dissonance. the tension that arises when we hold two contradictory beliefs simultaneously. It also helps maintain our self-esteem, as it's psychologically easier to accept information that supports our worldview than to admit we might be wrong or have been misinformed. Yet, it's important to understand the flip side of this psychological coin. Confirmation bias can also hinder our personal and intellectual growth. It can trap us in an echo chamber, a mental space where our beliefs are never challenged, our perspectives never broadened, and we remain stagnant. Instead of fostering growth and learning, it promotes stagnation and closed-mindedness. Understanding confirmation bias is crucial in our quest to become more self-aware, critical thinkers. Recognizing our susceptibility to this bias is the first step towards mitigating its effects. It encourages us to question our beliefs, seek diverse sources of information, and be open to changing our minds. Critical thinking and open-mindedness are powerful antidotes to confirmation bias. As we venture further into the intricacies of the human mind, we'll encounter additional cognitive biases and psychological phenomena that further complicate our understanding of ourselves and our world. But as we step into the next scene, let's keep in mind how these psychological phenomena interlink and shape our perception of the world around us.